Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Nice to have you here on a Saturday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, let us know where you're logging in from. If you're here for the very first time, nice to meet you, folks. Let us know where you're logging in from. My name is Joel Therrien, President and CEO of GVO, which is the founder of GotBackup. So welcome, guys. Today's webinar, I decided to do something different. I'm taking over for some of our top leadership with Chris and Tammy. They're at a Eric Worre event, so I thought I'd do the call for them today. So today's call is a little bit shorter, and it's all about mindset, guys, on this one. Absolute mindset. So let's get started. Today's call will be very informative. So here's the reason why I wanted to do this call is it's all based on your mindset and your mind shift and whatever. And what do I mean by that? So guys, when I first got started running this business, actually launching GVO, which again owns the GotBackup product, which is absolutely exploding across the internet right now. I remember distinctly thinking to myself, man, if I could just get to $400 to $500 a month, then I'd be able to cover my mortgage. Now that's a very low mortgage amount, and that's because I was living in a very tiny townhouse. And I thought to myself, okay, if I can get to at least $500 a month, then I'm at least contributing to my family and I'm paying the mortgage, right? Well, we all know that most mortgages are $2,000, $2,500, or $3,000 a month. But nevertheless, the point I wanted to make is I could not fathom making more money than that. If somebody would have said we'd make as much as $100,000 in a day, sometimes I'd be like, you're out of your mind. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous, right? And it all comes around mindset. Here's the cool part, though. Is a mind, and this one you'll want to write down, folks. A mind once expanded cannot contract. So I had a very limiting belief that if I could get to $500 a month as my goal, then I'd be contributing to my family, and at least it would be worth it. Well, once I got to $500 a month, I was like, well, that was pretty easy. What do I need to do from here? So I went from $500 a month thinking, okay, well, how do I get to $5,000 a month and truly be making a full-time income with my family? Well, in order to get there, I had to have my initial breakthrough. And I've shared that with so many people all the time. Let me take the slides out of here for a sec while I continue to talk to you guys. So for me, getting to $500 a month was the ultimate goal. But then when I got there, it was like, okay, how do I shift that? And the shift happened when I made my first sale online for $9.97, because there's two types of motivation, guys. There's extrinsic motivation and there's intrinsic motivation. You guys know what I mean, right? Blah. Extrinsic motivation is something where you see a lot of people doing really well and it really motivates you. Like, I know I motivate a lot of you because I've been blessed over the past 25 years or so to do over $300 million in sales online. So you know that it's possible, and it gives you some internal motivation, but you see all these other people that are doing well and you're like, but I'm not doing well. But everything changes when it goes from external motivation to internal motivation. What do I mean by internal motivation? Internal motivation happens when things start happening for you. In other words, when you make that first sale. So it took me 2 years to make my first sale for $9.97. And after that, it was absolutely game over. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was doable for me. Now, when I had just the external motivation, I questioned myself daily, right? Oh my God, I'm not making any money yet. Is this real? Can I really do this? Well, yes, Bob over there is doing really well, or Mike Filsame over there is doing really well, or this person's doing really well. So I was very wishy-washy in my head. 1 minute, like, yeah, I'm going to take on the world. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen for me. And then the next minute, another day of not making any money over a 2-year time frame. And I'm like, maybe my mom is right. Maybe everybody else is right. Maybe I'm absolutely being a fool and I need to go and get a job, a regular job. Now, here's the other thing too, guys. If you're building this, I hope you do have a job. And what do I mean by that is you absolutely have to have your backup plan first. So while I was building this business, I was working as a doorman at night. Okay. So that way I could work my business during the day a little bit, my internet business, putting in many, many hours because I didn't know what I was doing. And then working nights so that I could at least get my bills covered. So it's all about mind shift. As soon as I woke up that one day, and I talk about it many times because it changed my life completely. I woke up one day expecting to see, logging into my bank and my merchant account to see another big fat zero. And lo and behold, there was a sale for $9.97. And I went absolutely berserk. I bragged to my mother. I bragged to my father. I bragged to everybody I knew that I said, I told you so, it's doable. And a lot of people still said, especially my mom, because she was just the uber conservative. Now, Joel, if you're telling me you've been going at this for 2 years and you made $9.97, that's not going to feed your family. But I didn't matter because it went from external motivation to internal motivation. Now I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was real for me. Okay. So that's the main thing that's going to get you to a 2%. Okay. And it's so easy to get in the top 2%. Okay. Really, really easy, especially with GotBackup. So let's talk about that. So I want this to be interactive, guys. I'm going to start looking at the comments right now. Good morning, everybody. So nice to see so many people here. What percentage of people who join a network marketing company and do absolutely nothing? What do you think your percentage is, guys? Put in the percentage in the text chat and let me know what you think. In other words, how many people join and they do absolutely they don't even refer one person. They barely log into their members area. They barely do anything. So let me know. Put it in the text chat, please. Michael says 95%. Diamond says 70%. Fran says 80%. 80%. Yes, I'm really, really close. Mel says none. The actual statistical average is 70% of people absolutely do nothing. Now, let's put that into perspective of any other business model. Could you open a mechanic shop and do nothing? Of course not. Could you open a hair salon and do nothing? Could you open a bakery and do nothing and expect to be successful, right? So 70% of people do absolutely nothing. Now, what's really fascinating, guys, is as I get down this list a little more, you change things from 1 or 2%, and you go from decline in network marketing to absolute momentum in network marketing, okay? So the first stat is 70% do nothing. So guess what? What percentage bring in 1 to 2 people? Put that in the text chat, guys. What percentage of people actually refer 1 to 2 people when they get involved in a network marketing opportunity? What do you think that is? Just 1 or 2 people. Now, remember, if you opened up a bakery, could you survive with just 1 to 2 customers coming in a day when you've got staff and rent and lease space and overhead and all that kind of stuff? No, you couldn't survive. Here's the best thing. In network marketing, you can survive and even grow with just 1 to 2 referrals, okay? So the amount of people that bring in 1 to 2 is 20%. Now, so let's think about that, guys. If you bring into 1 to 2 people into your downline, you're now better than 80% of everybody else. Absolute 80%. And we all know, guys, let's be honest here, that to bring in one person to GotBackup at a product that's $9.97 per month with a one-time $20 affiliate fee, anybody, if they really put in the effort, could do that within their first 7 days. We know that, right? We absolutely, sorry, I got distracted reading some of the text chat again. Okay. So you want to be in the top 20% of, and this isn't just GotBackup, guys. This is all of network marketing. If you want to be in the top 20%, refer 1 to 2 people and then help your 1 to 2 people do the same thing, because the duplication is important as well. So let's move on here. So what percentage, guys, do you think bring in 3 to 5 people lifetime into their network marketing business? Okay. Now, again, this is why network marketing is so much better. Could you survive running any other small business with 3 to 5 clients? Absolutely impossible, right? You've got overhead and so forth. So what percentage bring in 3 to 5 people? Let's look at that. 5%. Only 5% bring in 3 to 5 people. 5%. So if you want to be in the top 5% of all network marketing, then bring in 3 to 5 people. And if you want to start seeing financial freedom, it's this easy, guys. Help those 3 to 5 people that you brought in get their 3 to 5 people. And guys, the reason why, and that's why I'm going to explain to you why GotBackup is exploding. Okay. Just 5% of people bring in 3 to 5 people. So if you do that, you're going to be in the top 5% of all network marketing, meaning you're an absolute rock star. And if you help those 3 to 5 people do the same thing, I can guarantee you're going to start to see financial freedom. These are pretty ridiculously low numbers to get to financial freedom. If you had a bakery, you would need at least what? 400 customers a month minimum to see any type of financial freedom. In network marketing, you can start to see financial freedom by bringing in 3 to 5 people and helping those people do the same thing. The duplication is important, okay? So let's move on. What percentage of people bring in 6 to 9? What do you think that is, guys? What percentage of people bring in 6 to 9 people? And again, any other business, could you survive as a mechanic if you only had 9 customers a year or in a lifetime? Absolutely not. It would be impossible, right? So again, that's why network marketing is way better. You can start to thrive and see true financial freedom if you bring in 6 to 9 people and you help those people do the same thing. And that is down to, yes, exactly. Good job. George said 3%. You want to be in the top 3% of all network marketing. All you have to do is bring in 6 to 9 people. And guys, is it hard to bring in 6 to 9 people at a product that's $300 to $500 startup and $200 a month? Not hard, but a little bit challenging. With us, anybody, all of you could, if you really put your head down and put your mind to it, could bring in 6 to 9 people. And finally, how many personal recruits do you need to be in the top 2%? Put the number. How many people do you need to sign up personally to be in the top 2% of all network marketing? And guess what? The top 2% of people are the ones that truly do this seriously and do see with consistency true financial freedom, right? So not 4. Some people are really close. Yeah, the answer is right. The top 2% bring in 10 or more people in their, not in a month, not in a week, in their lifetime. Now, I can absolutely guarantee that if you bring in 10 people and you teach those people to do the same, you will see massive financial freedom over time, okay? Now, here's where the numbers get really, really, really interesting, okay? So, just to recap, 70% of people who join a network marketing opportunity bring in 0 people. And 20% bring in 1 to 2, 5% bring in 3 to 5, 3% bring in 6 to 9, and 2% bring in 10 or more. Guess what? Which category here do you think makes a company go into momentum? Which of these? Is it the 2%, the 3%, the 5%, the 20%? Which of these categories actually makes a company go into massive momentum? Put it in the text chat. What do you guys think? And guys, aren't these like ridiculously low numbers? That's why network marketing is just way, way better. You could not survive off 10 customers in a lifetime in any business, right? So the ones that make all the difference are the 2%ers. The 2%ers is the only people that I focus on a one-to-one basis. All the 2%ers in GotBackup right now have been in direct contact with me personally. Why? I'd love to help everybody, right? But I don't have the physical personal time to work with the people who bring in none or whatever. Yes, in mass. And I want to see everybody win. So by no means am I saying that, hey, I don't have the time for you because you haven't brought anybody in. But the 2% are the make it or break it in a company. Here's the cool part. If we take that 2%, okay, we take that 2% and we change it to 3%. 3% of people in your company are bringing in 10 or more people. What does that do? that will cause you to grow at 30 to 40% month after month, just by shifting that one number from 2% of people bringing in 10 or more to 3% bringing in 10 or more. Now, the opposite is true. Every company, including all network marketing companies and all conventional companies, have momentum, level off, and decline. Momentum, level off, and decline. If your top people who bring in 10 or more goes less than 2%, like 1.8%, 1.5%, 1%, then a company is in decline. Okay? Just a slight change. What's really cool with us right now, guys, and why we're in massive momentum, what percentage of people do you think in GotBackup right now have brought in 10 or more? So let me rephrase that question again. How many people do you think who are involved in GotBackup right now, what percentage point have brought in 10 or more? Put it in the text chat. What do you guys think? I know there's a delay. That's why I'm waiting. What percentage of our people have, no, not 10%. I wish. Oh boy, I wish. Boy, I wish. Even 5%. 4%. So imagine that, guys. At 2%, if a company's distributors, if 2% of them bring 10 or more, you're in slight momentum. If you're less than 2%, the company is in decline. If you're at 4%, which we're at right now, you're in massive growth. And right now, GotBackup is at 4%. Okay. So yeah, even Sherry says 2.5%. That difference, instead of 2%, and we go to 2.5%, you're in massive growth. Okay. So let's move on. So the next question becomes, how do you recruit, right? How do you recruit? Number one thing, okay, and this is my last slide for today. Like I told you, today was going to be short and fun and easy. And I just wanted to wrap your head around how easy it is to become a top leader in the network marketing space. So the first thing you do is listen, okay? So as an example, what are the top, put this in here, guys. What is the top reasons people object to network marketing? Put it in there. One of them is, right? I'll put them in here. I don't have the time. Or I don't have the money. Or I hate pyramid schemes. Okay? Or some say, yeah, I don't know. And when they say I don't know, it's simply they're very fearful to get involved. Okay? It's a pyramid scheme. Can't sell. Yeah, it's all that kind of stuff. Scared it's a scam. Yeah, these are all valid points, right? And so what you have to really realize, guys, is when you talk to somebody, okay, listen first. So let's say somebody comes to me and they said, well, I got involved in another network marketing company and it was X, Y, or Z. And I stayed involved for 6 months and I didn't make a penny and I couldn't seem to recruit anybody and all that kind of stuff. That's listening. Listen to what they have to say first. So if this person comes to me and says, hey, I had absolutely no success, the first thing you do is validate that. Say, wow, I get that. I really get that. That makes total sense because I felt very similar in that way. I got involved in other network marketing opportunities that cost me a couple $100s a month. And I joined, and 6 months in, I was having a really hard time recruiting other people. And so I totally get where you're coming from here. But then when I joined GotBackup, I realized something very different. And that was the product price point was so low that I had very little resistance. And therefore, but I was able to sign up just a couple of people very quickly. Okay. So that's telling my story based on their objection. Okay. So as another example, let's say somebody says, well, I don't have the time, or no, let's go with I don't have the money, because this is an easy one in GotBackup, you know, and so forth. What are we selling? Show mo bud. So guys, keep up and listen. We're selling GotBackup.com. Another great one. It's stressful, self-doubt, fear of rejection. These are all very, very valid points. And that's the main thing, guys. This is Laptop Biz CEO. This is the main, true, deep-rooted objection. We know that people can find the time. We know that especially at $9.97, people can find the money. Don't drink 1 coffee or 2 coffees a day, right? Don't go to Starbucks twice a day, okay? It really boils down to their self-doubt, okay? So number one, listen to what they're saying. So if somebody says, I don't have the money, I would say, I totally understand that, because I got involved in other network marketing companies where it cost me $500 to $1,000 to get started, and it was $200 a month. And, that $200 a month that I didn't have was really going to my gas bill and all that kind of stuff. So I really understand what you're saying. It's very, 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 very hard to find an extra $200 to $500 a month if you're under a tight budget, especially with what's COVID is hitting and the increase in inflation. Totally get where you're coming from. That's why I joined GotBackup. When I found out that it was only $20 a month, and then only a $20 one-time fee to become an affiliate, and then only $9.97 per month, that's what sold me. Now, do you feel you could come up with $9.97 per month to do this business? And if really you've got a lot of self-doubt, because I had a lot of self-doubt too, understand that I'm here to help you grow a great business. Do you think you could come up with $9.97 per month? And of course, the answer is going to be yes, right? So the point is, a lot of people will say, on the first one we talked about, I really don't have the money, let's say. You don't say, oh, are you ridiculous? It's $10 a month. Like, come on, give me a break. Like, don't put down their objection as to what they want to join. Validate that objection and tell a story around the rejection. Now, if you don't have the right story yourself, tell the story of somebody else, okay? And so that's the thing. So coming back to the same person, if it's $9.97 per month, do you think you could come up with $9.97 per month? Well, yes, of course I can. I think anybody in the world can come up with $9.97 per month. So, okay, great. Then you start to see if they're actionable and they're coachable, okay? Maybe they'll sign up right on the spot right then and there. Are you ready to get started? Yes. If they say no, then you start using if I would you. Okay, great. If I sent you a video explaining how you get paid and a little bit more about the business, would you watch it? Okay? And here's the thing. If you send it to them and they don't watch it, they're not coachable. Okay, so let's say my prospect's Lisa. Hey, Lisa, we've both agreed that you could come up for $9.97 a month. I know it's still scary. I was still scared too. Nobody likes to fail. We all need to make money. But okay, you're not quite ready to join now. If I sent you this video, would you promise to watch it? And Lisa says, yeah, I'd like to watch it. Okay, when can you watch it by, Lisa? If I send it to you tonight, do you think you could promise to watch it by the end of Sunday morning? Joel, I'm not so sure. I've got to take my son to baseball, and then my daughter's got skating lessons the next day. Okay, no problem, Lisa. Do you think you could watch it by Tuesday then? Yeah, Tuesday sounds fair. Okay, well, then guess what, Lisa? I'll follow up with you on Tuesday and to see what you thought. Now, here's what's really cool. What you do to see if they are actually actionable and coachable, then you follow up with that person on Tuesday and say, hey, Lisa, did you watch the video? Now, she's either going to be honest and say she did or she didn't, or she's going to lie. She's going to say, yeah, I did. Okay, if you watch the video, then you simply say, what was your favorite part in the video? What part was your favorite part? And was there any parts of the video that you didn't understand, right? And then you're going to know right away whether they watched the video or they don't. Now, if they didn't watch the video, I used to get very frustrated. Hey, no problem, Lisa. I get it. We get busy as well. I understand things happen. How about, do you think you could watch it by this Friday? Yes, Joel. Okay. I promise you I will watch it by this Friday. Okay, Lisa, just to make it convenient for you, I'm going to email it to you again. So make sure you watch it by this coming Friday. Okay. And then if they still don't, then in that whole realm, you want quantity upon quantity upon quantity of people for your business, okay? And that's it. And then the rest is the close. So many people, you have to build rapport with those people first. You have to listen to why they're scared to death. And again, like Laptop Biz CEO says, then what they won't tell you, but the number one reason is self-doubt. They don't believe they can do it themselves. If they all had, why do 99.99% of us get jobs? Why do 99% of people get jobs versus the 1% to 2% who start businesses? Think about that. What's the one reason people get a job versus starting a business, even though running a business is so much more fun? Put it in there. Why is it that most people get jobs versus start business? Okay. Put your answer in the text chat for me. For money, Bruce says. Any others, guys? No wrong answers here. Why is it that most people will get a job? Yeah. Comes down to one word. Certainty. Certainty. Right? They know that if they do X, they will be paid Y. Yeah, exactly. Another way of saying that? They are scared to fail and lose everything. A job seems safe. Absolutely. And it comes down to one thing. If I do X, I'm going to get paid Y, right? If I get hired, I'm going to make $50,000 a year, right? That's the only reason. The safety. And what does that come back down to? Self-doubt. They don't believe they can do it. So if you just build that rapport and say, hey, listen, we're going to do this together. Okay. Do you think over the next year, one, it's a great product? Do you want to back up every single device that you have for you and your whole family? Do you agree that it's a great product at a great price point that your whole family could use? Right? Yes, it's a great product. Well, great. Do you think you could afford $120 over the next year to have the software and get you into profit in the next month or two? Yes. Okay. Let's do this. We're here to do it with you guys, okay? So these are the keys to your success. Listen to what they have to say, then develop rapport by telling a story that validates their concern, okay? I'll say that again. Tell a story to develop rapport based on the reasonings as to why they don't believe they can do it, okay? That's the key to your success. Then the close, okay? So coming back again, guys, just a small number. We have a roughly 4% of people who've brought in 10 or more, and that's why we're in massive momentum. It's simple, simple math. So if you can get your team to be at that 2% level or higher, you're going to be in massive, massive momentum. It's that easy. Right? So how do you get your team to duplicate? Get them engaged. Okay. When they sign up, reach out. Guys, the 2%ers have my cell phone number. Okay. So what do you want to do? If somebody refers even one person that you've referred, they should have your cell phone number. They should have to be able to reach out to you in a moment's notice. Why? Because they're in the top 20% if they bring in just 1 to 2 people. Now, that doesn't mean you're not there for the people who bring in nobody. No, you do group trainings with everybody, but the people you want to work with individually, okay, are the people, the top 20% or lower, the top 25, 3, and 2%. If you can get your team, 2% of your downline, to bring in 10 or more people of your direct referrals, you're going to see massive momentum. And let me tell you this, when you see massive momentum and you see your check going up by 40% every single month, guess what? That increases what? Your own certainty. It increases your belief. And when you have increased certainty and belief, it increases your confidence. When your confidence goes up, your posture goes up. Okay. When somebody tells me that I'm running a scam, when I first got started and I hadn't made any money, right? I'm like, maybe they're a little bit right. Like maybe this is all a big scam and crap. But the minute you start going from that external motivation to internal motivation, your posture totally changes, because people say, oh, you can't make money. Well, yes, you can, because I'm making money and there's a lot of people in my downline making money. So it just absolutely increases your posture. So you've got to realize that some people are going to make excuse after excuse after excuse. If you get more than 4 excuses, again, it's rooted in self-doubt, and come back to that person at another time. They're just not ready. Okay. Those are the keys. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, so let me just go another one. The fear of risk. Absolutely. That's why we're exploding as well. What's the risk of GotBackup? $9.97, right? Okay, don't buy 2 coffees at Starbucks or Tim Hortons. You're covered. That's why we're growing so well. And that's why instead of 2% of people referring 10 or more, we're closer to 4%, which is putting on massive, massive, massive momentum. Okay. How do I get to people? Just reading some questions here, guys. Carol says absolutely right on. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, guys. And you know, it's pretty, you know, eye-opening when you realize that if you refer 10 or more people, you're in the top 2% of all network marketing. I know for a fact, okay? I know for a fact, if you were going just, you know, and then I realize this is a silly example. If you finding 10 people was going to make the difference of whether you were going to be able to pay your mortgage at the end of December or not, it was going to save your family and your home, you would absolutely find 10 people without a doubt, right? So anyway, guys, that's it for today. To be in the top 2% is really, really easy, especially with GotBackup, because the barrier to entry, there's literally zero risk, right? People spend $10, so $20 to get started. People spend $29.97 every single day on stupid things, right? So there's the key to your success, guys. If you want to get in the top 2%, get 10 people. Now, if you get those people to be in the top 2% as well, you're going to see massive, massive momentum, and you're going to start making a full-time income really, really quickly. Okay, guys? So anyway, have an awesome, wonderful, amazing day. Watch out, guys. We are going to be running a 2% challenge over the next 60 days. So watch my email for that. And we're going to be giving out some amazing, amazing prizes, guys. We're going to do a 2% challenge. Let's see how many of you we can get into the 2% club, and how many of the new people we can get into that 2% club. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to have some exclusive swag to become a 2%er. That it's going to be absolutely limited, and you're going to be very, very proud of it. So anyway, guys, have an awesome, amazing, wonderful Saturday. Have an amazing weekend with your friends and family, and I will see you on Wednesday's webinar. And don't forget, we've got training with Linda on Monday. Have an awesome day, guys. Love you all, and we'll see you on the next call. Bye for now.